Hello everybody, Defense here, and welcome to another episode from our survival Let's Play. We are here set and ready to go. If you remember last episode, we finished building up a house around our little honey farm here, changed out the clock on our tower, and I think that was really, well actually we collected up a bunch of beehives. I think I did more of that off camera, but I did explain it, so we're going to talk about that. Another thing I have to talk about, I don't know where my sheep are. Straight up gone. I don't know what happened. The only thing I can think of is there was a wandering trader here with a llama. Well, he had two, but I have his other one. And I went AFK and obviously it turned to night, and I'm thinking either the llama ended up in here or something tried to attack the villager and hit the llama and it ended up in here. And they ended up killing all of my, the llama ended up killing all of my sheep while trying to kill whatever mob was in there, or my sheep just disappeared. I don't know. I don't know if there's a bug that makes sheep disappear right now, because my cows are fine, you know. Cows are fine, my vills are overpopulated in there. We're gonna have to take care of that very soon. But I don't know what happened. You know, I do get pillagers out here a lot. For whatever reason, since I've built this tower, they keep spawning like there, over there, and over there, and on the back side of the double tower is there. I think they're a little confused on which tower is theirs, so we'll have to just keep an eye out for it. I'm gonna have to start keeping a bucket of milk on me because I've killed two of the leaders via them shooting me. So I still get the ominous, not the ominous banner, the whatever it is that makes them attack the village. So I'm gonna have to start keeping a bucket of milk on me soon, but that is beside the point. What we are going to do in today's episode is build up a little bee breeder hut. It's a very simple concept. I've already mocked it up in my test world, and what I'm gonna do now is set up a little time lapse so you guys can see the build. So for whatever reason, I am not able to get the window capture working on the new version of OBS that just launched the other day. So we're just going to do a bit of jump cut. So as you can see, it's a very similar shape to that original building there. Well, honestly, it's I think an exact same. It might be a little thinner if I remember correctly, or vice versa, or it's longer. I can't remember to be sure. But it came out pretty nice. As I said, I'm very happy with it as a concept for future builds. It will be split in two on the inside, as you can see, which is one of the big differences to that. We have a different roof design going in, and it's going to be similar to that one there. It's going to be a split roof, and I think it looks pretty good. As I said, the same issue I had with last time, those little pegs that stick out the sides here kind of make the roof look funny, but I couldn't think of a good way to incorporate them in, and I didn't want to get rid of them. They're kind of a staple to the design, so I just wanted to bring you guys back, show you this. Actually, while we're here, let's just do the divider bit. Bloom, 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 and bloom. So it's gonna go across like this. So this gap is small enough that the full-grown bees can't get through, and it's big enough that the baby bees can get through. So the way it ends up lining up is you're gonna have that like that, and you're gonna put your flowers here. You'll have your hives back here, your empty hives back there, and then you'll have full ones over here. And this is where you'll breed your bees, and then because there's flowers standing on the other side, all of them will try and come through. I breed them through the middle here, but they will come through, pollinate, and then pop into these hives as long as the hives on the other side are full. So, and because it's going to be all closed in, the bees can't go anywhere except for there and there, which I think will work. It'll get a very good job done, and I'll show you how I'm going to keep them in on the other side in just a moment. But yeah, let me get these two roofs. Actually, I'm going to get, yeah, I'll get both the roofs on, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then we'll go from there. Roofs are on. So let me know what you think of the roofs. As I said, they are a little different for me. I ended up using trapdoors and barrels along with stairs and slabs. I kind of like it. I think the thicker black bar of the barrel kind of stands out a bit, and that's partially why I brought in the trapdoors, just to help blend it across. But I don't know if it works, so let me know what you think. As I said, I like the shape. It just, for this building, it doesn't entirely fit. So I'll probably end up using these in the future, just not for a building like this. Maybe 2 buildings next to each other. Maybe have the roofs just connect at the base there. Undecided at the moment, but we'll figure that part out as we go. But what we're gonna do now is put these guys down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for these ones, I need actual hives full of bees. So if I put this guy down, we should have 3 come out. Maybe I need to put my flowers in over there first. Hold on. I need to grab my flowers. Where are they at? Right here. My peonies. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're out. Alright. I'm going to make sure I don't have flowers in my hand because I don't want anybody following me out the door. 1, 2. Alright, well that's a bummer. We only got 2 for that one. Let's see how many we got on this one. I know that there was at least one that only had 2. And I think I grabbed it right away. Because I know most of them had... unless they only spawn with 2 in them. And I could just be completely mistaken. But either way, we'll be able to fill them up. Yeah, it looks like there's only 2 in each, which is weird. I always thought it was 3. Maybe when they first spawn, there's 3, and then if you spawn them that way, there's only 2? I don't know. I don't know a whole ton about bees, in this game at least, so let me know if you do know anything about them. I actually need these guys here. And I think a couple of these have stuff in them, or did, because I have ones that have NBT tags, and then ones that don't. So I'm assuming... they might have bees in them, they might not. But what we're going to do... whoop, that got placed over there, and that's not what I wanted. Let's get these out of the way. We're going to go like this, and this will allow bees to go in, but not come out. That's what our goal is right there. So, once we come over here... why are they... oh, they're all angry at me because I broke the hive. So hold on 1 second, because I think those guys were... yep, all angry at me. Luckily, I didn't breed them, because then there'd be little baby bees dying because they tried to kill me. But yeah, if you go far enough away, they de-aggro, and they're no longer angry bees. So we'll just head over here, do a little bit of flower picking. I'm probably going to end up setting up a flower farm. I don't think I'll probably end up doing one over here just because it'll be simple. I do have a location for a flower forest, and it's actually a really cool area. I tagged it because I want to build a kind of base area over there in the future, because it's a small cluster of islands, and honestly it looks awesome. So I want to get a hold of that and build over there eventually. I've tagged a couple of spots where I want to put builds in the future, so that's one of them. I think I talked about it in stream. I might have talked about it in a video. There's a large like a singular mountain island that I want to use. It looks kind of like it'd be like a pirate cove. So I think we're going to end up building over there at one point or another. And... oh, they're all going to be down here, aren't they? Yeah. Alright, I might end up closing out the bottom, but the reason I still have the bottom open like that is in my test world, a lot of the baby bees would get stuck down there. But as you see, the baby bees come through on their own. Whenever they figure out how to get through, they'll pollinate these and then whoop, right into there. We got any more that need to be bred? Sometimes I'll run through the other side. And actually what I decided, and I should have done this already, is I wanted to change the floor in here to something that's not grass. No, 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 no. Why do you do this, D? Alright. When you're in a beehive, when you're in a bee house, don't point things out with your fist. I'm gonna have to replace a couple of those hives because some of those bees is gonna die. So I'll end up having to work that off camera, but I just wanted to get that set up. Are they done? Wow, you don't really have to go very far away. So the downside is you have to keep them housed like this for now, in the next update, 1.16.2, they've made it so bees will only go a certain distance from their hives, which is great because then they won't just fly off and disappear. So when that comes around, I'll probably start setting up random hives out in the world that don't have glass around them like this, just to kind of make sure things get done, you know, in a good way. I feel bad. This bee's dying. I'm genuinely sad. Alright, but that'll be fine. That'll be fine. But yeah, so let me, I'm going to breed these guys up for a bit and figure out what project we're going to do next. We'll probably end up doing a flower farm now that I think about it, just so we can get more flowers a little bit more effectively. So let me set up some stuff for that and do some breeding, and we'll bring you guys right on back. We found an okay spot to put our stuff, so I'm going to end up building it over here near the village. This is where I've been harvesting pretty much all of my 2x2s, the spruce in the jungle. And this is where we were harvesting the bees. And the other reason I want to be over here is this area spawns a plethora of different types of flowers. So it'll be good for dyes and decorations as well, because we get that one, that one, that one, that one, and the red one. So that's, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get 5 different types of flowers here, which is great. Very happy about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to dig this into the ground. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be a little annoying for me to do the redstone underneath. I have never built one of these before, so this is very new to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a gap. So I just kind of hopped into my testing world, where I just pretty much test everything from builds all the way on down. And just kind of went to town, throwing together a design. The clock we're using for it, again, is really funny. And this one will work fine. I am inside chests. So the clock is, as I said, is actually pretty funny. I don't really... It's literally just a minecart going in circles, if that makes sense. And it's ended up setting up the perfect timing for what I needed, which was great. So what I gotta do now is I've also decided I'm just going to use polished andesite because I had a bunch of it kicking around, and I'm going to see if I can convince a villager to start selling it to me soon. I found diorite and andesite. That's not supposed to happen anymore. Ghost blocks were supposed to have been fixed a long time ago. Whoop, that's wrong. But I'm fine with it. It's whatever. You know what I mean? So let's get a little bit of this down. I'm going over the top just so that this stuff doesn't get knocked in, because it just, you know, I don't like having that one hole. And I was originally going to use water to pick everything up. I'm literally just going to run through. I think that'll be perfectly fine. It's going to get the job done. And also the redstone setup for this is very weird. At least in my mind it was weird. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... What? Why is it... Oh, because I initially did. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I think that's it. Yeah, that's going to be our middle. I didn't make a dispenser. That's the only thing I didn't make. Actually, there's one over here, because I had that same issue the last time I came over here, and I am going to be lucky enough that I didn't take it back. Sweet. What are the chances? Like, what are the actual chances that I'm like, yo, I forgot my dispenser, and it just happens to be in a chest? Alright, but yeah, so that's gonna be it. I'm gonna get this built up. I just wanted to explain what was going on, start building it up, and yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys the funky clock and the whole setup once it is done. And it is now up and running. So as I said, it's a pretty odd design. The front end of this, pretty standard. Pistons, pushing blocks, bone meal dispenser underneath, spitting up. Obviously, got no bone meal in it at the moment. I actually have to run the track to fill it, but I'll deal with that a little bit later. This is the thing I'm actually using as the clock. It lines up perfectly, and it's kind of weird the way I ended up setting this up. I initially had both sides running the staircase like this, with either 1 tick or 2 tick extra on this side. I tried actually a variety of ticks using 1 and 2 repeaters, and no matter what I did, every so often the timing would be different. So it'd get to a point where this one would always push that way, and then this one would also try and push, but this one was still pushing. And I don't know why. I switched it over to this, it worked, and then I went, okay, let me try this other thing, just to try and keep it a little bit smaller, but it ended up not working. So I went back to the tower. The torch flip plus the 1 tick difference seems to keep it effective. I ran it for like half an hour without a stall, so I'd say that works fine. The clock is honestly perfect timing. By the time this thing drops, so here, let me, so by the time it finishes dropping, this thing is almost here. I probably could have, I don't know, maybe shaved off a little bit on the back, but I thought this would be perfect. When actually, no, I did. I shaved off the row and made it so it turned here and came back, and it literally, it just kept it lit, so it just never pulsed after that. So I think that'll be good. It's going to be a manual collection system. I'll literally shut it off, grab everything in it, and bounce. Because this isn't like my final forever one. This is just one I'm going to use now for bee breeding. So I'm not just running around grabbing all of the bits for the bees. But as I said, the only thing I have left, I have to run all of the hoppers into this, and I want to get a couple of chests set up so that I can just kind of run everything into it and be safe. So what we're going to do is bloop, bloop, bloop. And I have it so it's a 3 double chest system running into this. It's nothing crazy, but it will get the job done very easily. Hopefully I have enough hoppers. I didn't actually check my number of hoppers. I also didn't bring the chests, so, you know, that's a thing. But I have plenty, I should have plenty of wood over here to throw together some chests. As I said, this is my bigger wood chopping area, but I think I took it all with me when I left earlier. I did. Oh, nope, I got some here. Boom. Chests. There we go. Way more than I needed, but I will take it. And with that, this project here is done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to edit a bit of this together. Oop, how do I want to do this? I'm going to edit a bit of this together, as I was saying. Figure out where... We'll figure out how much time I have, and then decide on what we're going to do next from that. So this could be the end of the episode, or it could not be. So let me figure that out, load this up, or run it for a bit, and then I'll let you guys know what the plan is. So I may have gotten a little carried away with my bees. So I ended up just deciding, you know what, I'm just going to throw down a bunch of hives. So I put down 12 hives, started breeding them up, and there used to be 3 bees in here. There's now 1. One of them got out and I brought them over to... Actually, 2 of them got out and I brought them over to here. I don't know how they got out. I don't know if they're like squeezing through something or something somewhere, but I don't know. Baby bees got out and there were adult bees somewhere along the lines, but I'd say this is pretty solid. One of the things I want to do that I forgot to do, let me see if I have it, because I'm gonna need a way. Oop, was that in there? Because yeah, no, I'm gonna need a way. Oh, I only have 4. Alright, well, we'll do a couple at a time. I need a way to lock these guys in here, and then at the same time I gotta keep them from going outside. So it's when they leave away from the door that I just like run in and I'm like, go, 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 go. But what I need to do is I need to put that there, that there, that there, and that. Come on, buddy, you can't be there. No, too many bees. There we go. Alright, so those are all in. When it becomes night, those bottom 4 will fill up, and come morning, they won't be able to leave. So, alright, we close the door. I'll be able to take care of those. Do I have my silky smooth? I gotta get a silk touch axe. I feel that's gonna be way better to have. But now, we're gonna come through and pop all of these guys off. Like so, because they are now all full. Thank you very much. Yoink. Or they should be full since that bee is flying around on the inside with no home to go to. Where'd he go? Oh, he's right there. I still do have a couple somewhere in here that I gotta run through the system. And then I need to swap out these ones to figure out which ones are full and which ones aren't. Well, not really figure out which ones are full and which ones aren't. Just literally fill up the ones in here that aren't full. So I'll probably end up swapping them out off camera, and then this thing will really get going. And one of the things I am considering is swapping out these, one on each side, for shears, so that we start getting a bit of the wax, the comb, so that we can start making up some more boxes for the future. But I think this will probably be the last bit we really do work on the bees. I'll top them off here and there with bottles and shears as needed. But until we start like building for decorative purposes into, say, 1.16, we probably won't do much more with the bees unless I want to start mass producing honey and such. So we'll have to look into that, as I said. But that is going to be it for bees, and that is going to be it for this episode. So I want to thank you guys for stopping in. I do hope you did enjoy. It'd be very much appreciated if you did drop a like down below if you did enjoy, because it does let me know. And subscribe if you would like to see more. So thank you, and I hope you all have a nice night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is my defense. I hope to see you again soon. Peace.